Hi, everybody. Sorry, we just got back. We just got back from EA Play. We're going to talk about the Battlefront 2 demo, as well as some Han Solo news, some D23 news, all of that and more right now on Jedi Alliance.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Jedi Alliance.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Jedi Alliance, sponsored by Monster Energy Drink. That's not true. We'll talk about that in a second. Welcome. It's gonna be a sexy show.
Yeah, it is.
Because Alexis and I lost our voices. Michael is a G and didn't lose a decibel.
I've got skills.
I've got skills.
I might also be sick, but thank you for joining us. Welcome. I'm one of your hosts, and it's Mark B. Donica. You can find me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica, and we got the whole squad here. We had a fun field trip yesterday. We're going to tell you about it. But first, let them tell you about themselves. Michael Young.
Hey, guys. You can find me online at OneYoungster, which is ONEYOUNGST.
Hey.
Alexis.
Hello. You want to toss me one of them monsters over here?
No, it'll spray all over your face.
Damn it.
And this is a family show.
This is a family show. Hi, guys. You guys can find me all over the social medias and interwebs at atorres890.
So we're not. We're not going to talk about Battlefront until we get through some of these other stories. Hey, just for old time's sake, hey, Neil in the booth, why don't you hit that news button? Just because I want to hear the parade of Ewoks.
That was nice. That was nice.
It's really good.
I like that.
A little bit of. We're just going to talk a little bit about some facial hair. Donald Glover, of course, he's going to be playing Lando Calrissian in the upcoming Han Solo picture. Mm-hmm. Woody Harrelson posted a photo recently, and if I may say so, that mustache though.
No, for real.
It's very old school, thick mustache, like covers the whole upper lip. It's very it's very reminiscent of the old times. It's like Carl Weathers in his prime. When he had that, it's just like a bar over your top lip, just
Classic
like a full
Carl.
bar. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about this look? Does it do anything for you?
See, Lando has a special place in my heart always, but I'm also not a fan of facial hair. So it's like a weird battle that him and I have had for years now. And now that it's on my beautiful Donald Glover, I'm like, the Star Wars nerd inside of me is excited, but the Alexis, just the normal Alexis, please shave it off.
So how much? So even just like that mustache is because he has nothing on the bottom.
I know,
but you're still like nah.
I can't.
You want
I
it
can't
clean
deal with
all
a
the
caterpillar
way.
that's just sitting, just like, hey girl, let me get it up on that lip, and I'm like, no, go away.
Hey girl,
it's a little more.
That's what mustaches do to me. It's just the worst.
Hey, little mama, let me know. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I want it.
This is a
yes.
family show. Hey, little Leia, let me whisper in your... Okay. But I like the look. It does... I like... Okay, I stopped way before that.
Lightsaber. He was going to say lightsaber.
When you see my saber. When you see my sad Lobot.
Oh, come on.
That's the... I want the
getting
romantic...
hot in here.
It's pretty warm. I want to see the romantic comedy about how Lobot and... and Lando met.
that could work.
Landobot. Landbot. I don't know. Either way, it's a good look, solid look. I'm personally a fan of his Childish Gambino look, which is full beard. But this is Lando, and it's a nice preview of what we're going to be getting. Moving on to an event that I'm pretty excited to go to, which is Disney's D23.
Yes.
It's going to be coming to us July 14th, 15th, and 16th in Anaheim, California, at the Anaheim Convention Center. So we found out. So every year, or every convention, I should say, because it's every 2 years, there is a parks pavilion that gives you a preview of either like a major expansion. Last time it was for Shanghai, for the Shanghai park. They had like every land was detailed. They had maquettes. They had everything. That's actually in the China pavilion in Epcot right now. If you're in Florida, go check that out because it's a really cool display. But this year, we are going to be getting a glimpse of the locations, the starships, the creatures, the droids.
All right, Disney.
That will be populating this village in this Outer Rim planet, which we still don't have a name for. Maybe we'll get it then. And we're going to experience a world premiere of all of the models that are going to detail how exactly this is going to look. We've seen concept art, but we haven't seen how everything is going to fit together. So this is going to be... It's going to be all weekend. But on Saturday, there is going to be a presentation specifically for the parks and for the parks to reveal some stuff. So hopefully that doesn't mean that people on Friday won't be able to see it, because it was either the first or the second D23 where they had an entire pavilion just covered in tarps.
Wow.
I say tarps. Because they had to announce the movie Tomorrowland to unveil that, so then people can get a preview of that. So hopefully, because this is something that we already kind of have an idea about, hopefully they'll be able to keep it open.
Cool.
What would you want to see the most in this pavilion, in the showcase?
That's I mean, of course, there's who knows the possibility, but I'd like to see like some props that people are able to touch. I know when it comes to when it comes to like the museum style, like it's like encased in a glass, but it would be cool if you could, of course, with a large man in a suit standing right there, but to like kind of pick it up and kind of like see the weight of it, and that kind. I think that would be cool for the fans to, instead of just like walking by like, ooh, that looks cool, ooh, that looks nice, but to also be able to, I guess experience the
feeling
the
of
texture
being in the land?
of being,
Okay.
the texture of Star Wars. Like, hey, I was able to like hold this, and it's like this one, this gun has a sight on it. You can actually see through it. It's cool. Or this jacket. It's I didn't know they had suede coats in the galaxy. Something that's cool where you can actually feel the galaxy.
Well, that is the thing. In the Shanghai Pavilion,
It's a pickup line somewhere.
Feel the galaxy.
Reach out.
Oh my god.
What? That's the thing. The Shanghai Pavilion featured the cast member costumes in each of the lands, so it's not out of the realm of possibility to see how this is going to look on people.
Okay.
That's definitely within the realm of possibility. I just want to look like Disney. The original model that Disneyland showed for the 50th anniversary was one of the things that helped sell the idea of Disneyland to more investors. There was just initially a drawing, and then once they made it a thing, it was shown on television, and everybody got their first idea of what Disneyland was going to look at. Exactly. So I want that sort of a moment where it's going to be like you can look in and imagine yourself walking through those streets.
Yeah.
What do you want to see, Alexis?
Sorry, I was responding to people in the chat because they're talking about Black Panther. And I was talking about how, we talked about that in line while we were at EA Play. But I'm actually really intrigued to see the creatures and, what that's actually going to look like, whether, the costumes and or just, structure or anything like that, just to see, how big are they, life-size, small, minis, whatever, actual people
Mini
in
aliens.
them. Yeah, you never know, if there's just,
there could be small animatronics down an alleyway or something.
Yeah, or something like that that you might just not see because it's just something really. Because I feel like, especially with Star Wars, you can get very detailed and miss something because you're just looking at everything, and you might see that one. There might be one droid that's just in the back that just kind of just does this the entire time.
Oh, we're going to talk about details that people missed when we talk about Battlefront.
Oh
my!
Oh,
goodness.
I know. I can't wait.
Which has, just as a tease, has implications for The Last Jedi and could may be a spoiler for The Last Jedi.
Dun dun dun.
But we'll warn people when we get there. I might even set a timer so that we can only talk about it for 5 minutes and people get ahead. Regardless, if you're going to be going to D23, here's the parks schedule, which I just want to share. Friday, July 14th, there's going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean 50 years of swashbuckling adventures. Dude, no, I went
50.
It's been 50 years.
Yeah.
But,
Swashbuckling.
Dude, I don't know what
I'm
you're
all
laughing
about
at.
it.
This
It's
is my
swashbuckling
life.
time.
This is my life. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because the Star Tours panel, where they looked back at the creation and the development, was so interesting. So if you're a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean at any Disney park, go check this out. Saturday the 15th at 3 p.m. is going to be the Walt Disney Parks and Resorts general panel, which they usually I think they streamed last year and they just didn't show any of the exclusive trailers and stuff. Sunday, July 16th is Inspiring Women of Imagineering, which you definitely go check that out. And 2:30 Voices of Disney Parks, which is a lot of fun. It's the people who go, "Welcome to Disney Parks," that sort of a thing. When you hear the announcements throughout the day, whatever.
That was always a dream of mine. To be an announcer.
Well, here's the thing: is folks who go to D23,
Yeah.
you can meet up with those announcers, and they can do your voicemail.
Oh.
Because they're
I still want the guy from...
doing the daily announcements.
Yeah.
At D23.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be awesome.
That's gonna be cool.
The male and female. Oh, here's something even more adorable. The male and female announcers are
They're
married.
married. Yeah, I knew about that.
Adorable.
They're adorable.
All right, so enough about Disney parks for now.
Hey, keep it together. Keep it together. Stay
You
strong.
better stop because we got. Speaking of crying, we got some. We
I don't
got some emotions to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Colin Trevorrow talks Princess Leia in Episode 9. This quote came out last week. She was a major character. That's not a secret. She really was. And it was extremely sad for all of us, mostly just because she was so loved by the Star Wars family and everyone that worked with her. I feel like our options are limited, mostly by ourselves, in that there are only certain things that we are willing to do. But I can guarantee it will be handled with love and respect and all of the soul that Carrie Fisher deserves. Agreed. It did come out. Kathleen Kennedy did come out earlier and say there's not going to be a CGI recreation, but it looks like they're going to throw every idea to see the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah. So I think I think they'll probably end up in a situation kind of like what we mentioned. Maybe there'll be a presence of some sort, but she won't be seen, something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they're just not. I'm glad that it's not a situation where it's like, oh, well, we'll just like shuffle her off to like a planet and like she lives happily ever after.
And then like the planet just gets destroyed or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, they're making sure to kind of figure out how to do this in a smart way. And I'm glad. I got all kind of, props for them for this one.
I mean, would we feel weird if, let's say, we decide to have Princess Leia live throughout, the rest of
until the
Star...
end.
Yeah, until the end, and instead of it's all word of mouth, but maybe we see like the back of her.
Maybe.
Is that okay? Is that okay?
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know if like fans would be upset with that because
kind of like a 3/4 back kind of thing.
like a stunt double of some sort.
She's over there.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have to speak. She can be like walking out of a room or like entering and we're leaving and the camera pans. We have a Star Wars wipe. You know what I mean? Like just something that shows that like she's a presence. She's just we just don't have any lines for her.
Like she's busy doing other things. Like she's. Leading the charge or talking about Republic stuff or I guess new Republic stuff.
But like or getting on a ship and she just left. Like I don't know if people would feel cheated if that was the case. I don't know if it's better to just have her off screen but have her name being thrown around.
Well, chat right now, Chaos is bringing up some pretty good stuff. If you start from their first of their 3.
Yes, the one that says not to sound insensitive. Not to sound insensitive, but I feel like a character shouldn't be tied to an actor. I mean, look at the Joker. Heath Ledger passed away. Are we ready for that though?
Well, no. Well, here's the thing.
It's a little different.
But he was still a presence in Dark Knight.
He was.
In Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Yes.
And just in the sense of like that the Joker was causing chaos somewhere.
Yes. And
this is a little bit different. This is a little bit different, but I can see in that regard. Also, nobody, and I never thought I would say this sentence, nobody can beat Fast and the Furious for dealing with the premature death of an actor that is a lead role character.
That was they handled that very well.
I'm not a Fast and the Furious fan, or at least I'm not a Fast and the Furious fan. I've watched a couple of the movies. The very first exposure to the Fast and the Furious that I did have was that scene, and I went, maybe I should give this franchise a chance.
Oh, don't even get me started. My fans it's
very classy how they handled it.
It was very nice.
Because they didn't have to do that. They could have just had him die in the movie if they really wanted to make it more dramatic.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, you have a family to take care of.
And
sorry, I didn't spoil it for anybody, but
it's
all over the internet.
The movie's about 3 years old. It's been on home video.
7, right? Furious 7?
Yeah.
But
we're well past
the writing and the splitting off and for my rugged gangster tough hardcore exterior. There may, fact, be a teddy bear on the inside. And if there is a teddy bear on the inside, that teddy bear may have dropped a little tear when he drove off the exit
and just went away.
And just continued to drive.
It's
yeah, I mean it was beautiful and necessary. Well, not necessary, but it was enough to be like closure. And again, there are times, I mean, in this past movie they mentioned him. And that was it. They just left it at that and we moved on.
Yeah, I won't get into that because it's not on home video yet, so I won't.
But but still, I don't know if it would be hurting or helping if we had a stand-in, kind of like what Paul Walker was with his brother, who was
but they still
did the CGI, which is I mean, he wasn't talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a smile. But like I said, if it's just the back of your head, like how do you feel about that?
They'll make it work.
Yeah.
All right, so let's not make our thumbnail a liar. Let's talk about some Battlefront 2.
Yay! Yeah.
So before we get to our initial thoughts or our thoughts about playing the demo, because we all played the demo.
Yes, we
played
did.
On various sides of the Republic,
Yeah.
because we were in the Clone Wars era.
Yes.
First, there was behind closed doors a showing of the Battlefront single player, and I have an account here from the fine folks at Otaku, and I'm just going to run this down really quick. In the EA demo showed, Iden was called to the planet Vardos, which we know the planet Vardos was talked about at Celebration. And receives orders from her father, who is an Imperial Admiral, to get the Inferno Squadron back together for a new mission. And this sort of explains, in the trailer, there was that Imperial Guard that had, like, the projection of Emperor Palpatine's face. So
Which was so creepy cool.
So what this was, is it's a last, in the event of my death, in the event of this, it's now time to enact Operation Cinder, a plan to disrupt the rebels in case of the Empire's demise. So as they're like, all right, let's roll on this Operation Cinder, rebels pop up. It turns into a space battle where you get into a TIE fighter, you try to thin out the rebel numbers, fly back into your Star Destroyer, and it goes back to first-person shooter, over the shoulder, and then it's sort of like, if you played the first Battlefront,
Yeah.
we were at EA and that was all over the place.
There's so much.
If you haven't played Battlefront, you can go on EA Access is their service, and they're giving it away. You can play it in its entirety for free until June 18th.
Which I would suggest.
Highly suggest it.
Yeah.
I had it for PS4. I'm going to play it for the Xbox now. At least for a week.
Yeah.
But the last update, the second to last update, the Death Star update had a game mode in it called Battle Station, where you started as the rebels infiltrating the Death Star from space, transitioning from space. Then you transitioned into boots on the ground or boots on the space station.
Yeah.
And then you helped eliminate some of the numbers, and then you got back in space to escape. So it looks like the ability to cleanly go from space to on the just on your feet could make it a little bit more than a glorified expansion of just multiplayer modes.
Yeah.
Right.
But hopefully we'll see that trailer soon. I got to see a little bit of it at Celebration. But hey, let's talk about some multiplayer. Before we start talking about it, we got a trailer. We got the gameplay reveal trailer that they showed at E3. Let's take a look at that and remember fondly EA Play. Beautiful. And on everything, like, we played on PlayStation 4 Pros.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't PC. It was all PlayStation 4 Pro.
Okay, so it was a PlayStation Pro. Yeah, I didn't ask. So.
No. So we got to look at all of the troopers from all the various eras. Here we got our separatist droids, which look better than they did in Episode 1.
So sweet.
Trooper, and it was the best. I mean, sorry.
No, we fought against you.
I know. And it was awesome, and I won.
Unfortunately, we got separated, and Michael was in his own round.
Yeah, and I didn't do too well. I was using the wrong type of character. Once I switched to heavy, things got real.
Yeah, I think that one's my favorite too. Is heavy.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Darth Maul joining the battlefield.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy next to me was using Maul, and I was just like, this is the coolest thing.
I took Maul down 3 times.
Oh, nice.
Baller.
Took Boba Fett once.
The worst thing was, and that might have been me.
Yeah!
Was it indoors?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's in the throne room. I was like...
I was inside, and I was trying to use my rocket, but since we were inside... Yeah. Anyway. That was our first look at Yoda in action, even though it was kind of teased in the first one.
Yeah.
A little bit of the preview of the space battle, which in an asteroid field is absolutely terrifying.
Incredible, though.
Hell yeah.
And then here's a tiny little look at the single player that they put in at the end. There's that weird envoy.
So
The
beautiful.
rebel attack.
so cool.
Oh yeah, we had unfortunately I forget her name, but we had a little interaction with the actress that plays Iden.
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
I
I didn't get her name, but
Yeah, I forgot. But
she came over and she was chatting with us.
Yeah, she was real nice.
Yeah.
She liked your draft.
Yes, she
Aw.
did.
All right, so we've played on various. So wait, were you separatists or were you clones?
I was clones.
I was also
I'm the only
close.
separatist in the room.
Yes. I kicked your ass.
Yeah, you did. So they've changed things up to be a little bit more like the Battlefront of old, where by making kills you unlock points which can get you the power-ups. So in the throne room, I switched to be a super battle droid with the wrist rockets and everything. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. But I was heavy most of the time. I think for the demo, heavy was just the best.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because you got a shield, you got a Gatling gun as your super.
Well, I didn't really use the shield that much,
I did.
but it's that since I'm an old school Halo player, heavy felt most comfortable. I tried the assault because I prefer that type of like that round loadout, but after switching to heavy, because assault, I was getting crushed, and I was like, okay, I know I'm not as good as I used to be because I don't really play seriously, but I should be better than this. And I was like, let me try heavy, and I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm comfortable with this. This takes me back. I can do, this is some Doom type, Halo type. I can get into this feel of like the shot controller and getting in there. I will say, on a player side, PS still, their controllers are kind of small for me. I prefer the like fatter controls, but I'm sorry for the PS lovers out there. Sorry guys.
Well, I mean,
The daintiest hands.
the change from the PS3 controller to the PS4 controller addressed some of the issues, but I can see that. I loved playing heavy. They offer a bonus where if multiple people die at the same time, you can spawn in a group. And if you stay with that group, you get more battle points per either like capturing a point or disrupting a tank or just making kills. And I like the Assault on Theed setup a lot.
It's very cool.
I do like the fact that it's not just sitting there and you stick to one place. Like at one point, it tells you instructions like they're getting to the throne room, and then you all have to get to the throne room and then start fighting.
There's like
from
little
there.
cutscenes too that like shift the phases.
It was really nice, and I love that. Like even though at least with the troopers, a lot of us were separated most of the time because we wanted to get more ground. But as soon as like they said to retreat somewhere, it was easy for us to get back up, and then we kind of, even though we weren't all talking to each other, we knew what spots to be in, and it was pretty awesome. But I think my favorite moment was whoever was Maul in our game, because he can throw his lightsaber and bring it back.
It's crazy when it's thrown too.
But I think it's really funny because the door closed and the lightsaber's like, brr, brr, brr. It's just like trying to get through the door. And it was just, and that's how we killed him.
It was an alpha build.
No, but it was just really funny to me because it was like we couldn't do anything. We were just like, so do we wait? Do we wait for him to come through the door? And he did, and that's when I know it was really funny. And then and it was very interesting watching Boba Fett trying to do his rockets indoors. So I was like,
it didn't work.
Yeah.
It did not work. Like that's the thing is, the couple times where I had enough points to unlock Maul, I was sitting on the select screen, just like waiting for it to pop up. The guy next to me who was Maul died, and I was just like, missed it.
Yeah, it's tough.
And it takes a little while to. It's not like once a Maul goes down or a hero character goes down, you can put it back up again.
Yes.
There's a
You have to
cooldown
wait.
period, so that it's not just Maul, then a new Maul, then a new Maul, then a new Maul.
I had
then
a
new
hard
Maul.
time with I don't know what kind of ship it is because I can't think off the top
Was
of my head.
Was it the Walker?
No. I had the gold.
The Naboo Starfighter.
Yeah. So I had a hard time with that because the mechanics was very weird for me, especially because it doesn't tell you like what you're supposed to use. It just kind of throws you in there, and you're like, figure it out.
When I played the first Battlefront beta, really quickly, quick break in the action. My very first appearance on Jedi Alliance was talking about the Battlefront beta alpha at E3 2 years ago with the beautiful, the incorrigible, the lovely Ken Napzok. But it's been
Saw him yesterday.
It's been 2 years. Yeah, I saw him the other day too, for undisclosed reasons that we cannot discuss.
TM.
No?
Dun, dun, dun.
Little C with a circle over it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Though that's still kind of a clue anyway. But regardless, was it like you didn't know which controls were for flight,
it was
because like
rough.
I had to switch to standard flight controls because people were just doing like up is up and down and down is down. I was like, no, that's not how you fly things.
That's not how you fly
Exactly.
things.
So I was
not
like,
how
I think
you
I wanted to do like the inverted for me, and I was just like, I can't do that because it's not my controller.
Oh,
You
also,
could've.
also,
but I felt bad.
I learned very quick that like, even though they show the setup in third person, I'm still an FPS guy. Third person does not work for me.
Well,
It depends. It depends on what it is for me.
I was like, yeah, third is not. I was like, let me lock this down. Let me get this first person, and it's on.
Were you able to switch to first person?
Yeah, the down D-pad.
Direction pad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, I asked the guy beside me, like, hey, man, is this all third person or can we like switch up? He said, oh, press it down. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Once I got that in the heavy,
That was one of my favorite
Cool.
features on the first Battlefront. The only thing is that the hero characters are all third person.
oh.
Yeah, that you can't switch, unfortunately.
Yeah. But it was really cool.
Especially because of lightsabers.
I love seeing Rey there and just like
Rey annihilated
she,
me.
Like she was great. I don't know who the player was that played Rey, but I loved like as soon as she was like running, like she was hauling ass
Yeah.
into that throne room and just she was like watching the Darth Maul Rey lightsaber battle in our little game was insane.
So we went with friends of the show, Nerds Doing Stuff, who you should follow on Twitter at Nerds Doing Stuff.
You should.
One of them is my co-host, one of my co-hosts for Video Game Movie Anatomy, Stacey Shuttleworth.
I love you, Stacey.
Yeah, Stacey, and our co-host for Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
And other shows coming up. But yeah, so Robbie from Nerds Doing Stuff got to be Maul.
Oh, is that what it
and
was?
when he fought Rey, it went into a separate like duel-esque like counter this, that, the other thing that made it feel like a proper duel.
Yeah, because I feel like it would be kind of chaotic for it to just be like, hey, people are also shooting you as you're like
Well,
fighting Rey.
I mean, it didn't take you out of the
I
battlefield,
know,
but
but I
it,
mean,
it
like-
changed it. So I guess I would compare it to like For Honor, to where you're like, okay, now I'm in a battle mode.
Yes.
Because the way that you fought in the original Battlefront was just like, I'm just throwing things at you.
Yep.
It was really silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was so much fun.
Yeah.
And the problem
Yeah.
with demos like these is you can't get into a room with 40 people
Yeah.
and play rounds of Battlefront. So it's never going to be like this cool again unless you have like a massive LAN party where you can get several people on.
I've done that before. Like we've all brought.
Did you do that with
I was like,
We did it
you
with
about-
Destiny. We did it with Battlefront. We did it. Well, not Battlefront, but we did it with
Battlefield?
Battlefield.
See,
But like that's what we did. It was
you
when we
messed
brought-
this up
it
doing
was-
Battlefield and Battlefront. This is messing me
frustrating
up.
at one
help.
point. I love it because like Battlefront was in the back and Battlefield was in the front. It was a lot. But yeah, what we do is we take our screens and our PS4s or whatever. If someone else has an Xbox, they can play together, and we just go to someone's house that has enough room for all of us. Find a corner, and that's what we do. All get on our headsets
And yell at each
just-
other.
Oh yeah, our neighbors hated us for a while. But like
man.
it was just really cool. But like sitting there together, like all of us, just like this giant amount of people.
You know what would be amazing?
Huh.
And if you get for a night an Airbnb of a house so that it's just a full house and you just fill it out and you get as many people playing.
Because the
Battlefront
most
as
I've
you can.
played with,
See, that's what I wanted
It's
for
about-
my bachelorette weekend.
I think the most I've played with is like 10
Not a bad
people.
idea.
The most I've played with when we were all together is about 10 people.
I mean, that's still pretty sizable.
Well, yeah, but 40 is like a whole nother-
I mean, even just being in that room where we got to see like the pre-trailer
Yeah.
before going and to go play the game, like that was a lot of people already in there. So the fact that we were all not separated, but like we were all in
Spread.
our spread out,
Spread.
and just playing, and I like got to talk to the person next to me. Like it was just really cool.
No, and that's the
Yeah.
thing, is being able to me and a dev that was on the other side of the guy that was Maul, we were just going, whoa, like,
Yeah.
dang, dude, like
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
There's a lot of screaming and just
Part of
there's
the
high
reason why-
fives
part of the
happening.
reason why our voices are gone.
Yeah, I was mostly high fiving and hugging people. In my
Yeah, because the guy beside me, the guy to my right was, because I was up against the wall. The guy to my right was really killing it. I think he ended up being like sixth in like the whole. And I was like, man, because like when I get killed, when I was still trying to be assault, which was a bad idea for me. But when I would look at the screen and be like, man, you are really mowing these people down. Like you are killing it. He was like, I play a lot, and I was just like, oh, cool. It's like glad to have you
Teach
on
me.
my team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy next to me was just like, I don't see many ladies like all into these kind of games. I'm like, there was a few in line,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, there's
Not
like
looking, brother.
but like, I guess he was by himself at this, so it's his first like not con, but like something that's of
Event.
this
Con-ish.
Yeah, like an
kinda, yeah.
event, you know, of this caliber, what it had to do with video games. He's always wanted to go. He saved up money to come to LA. Like he was from somewhere else. Like,
Wow.
He wanted to be out here because I think he's also gonna be here for E3.
Oh.
Yeah, makes
But
sense.
like, you know, he's like he was super excited. So like I said, we were high fiving, hugging, all that kind of stuff, and it was really cool. But what was your favorite thing to use in the game? Because we didn't get to really talk about that.
The Gatling gun. Like I like the super battle droid. I didn't get a chance to be like a vulture droid. I was focused too much on like get back in there.
Yeah.
But the special for the heavy class that I was using was just an unstoppable just a laser Gatling. I found a corner where like a couple of clones were hiding, and one was even on like the walker thing.
Yeah.
And I took out 2 on the ground and one on the walker.
I think
and it's just like,
I was one of those.
hey,
To be honest.
what up? But yeah,
Like,
like
I did that.
to be as frail as battle droids are and still be like, no, dude, for the Confederacy or whatever, and just roll out there like
For the Republic.
get out.
Bye.
But it was also like it looks so beautiful.
It did.
It made me just like the first game did. It made me feel like, oh, this is Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is all Star Wars. This is a battle that actually happened.
And the guys can contest. Like, I was tearing up. Like, during the
During
beginning,
the first
the
presentation.
end. No, because I was even crying at one point because just watching just how beautiful Theed is.
I got killed a
was
couple
so
times just
cool.
like, man, this looks so great.
Right?
Oh, I'm dead. Oh,
look at
Like,
that.
you forget what you're doing. Like, it was really awesome.
Grenade!
I even tried being like a specialist, so I like found a place like up top somewhere that I could like hide and use
Snipe
my
and
snipe.
stuff?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. But those battle droids, man, like they'll get you from up there. They're
Yeah,
just
we
like,
will.
hey, we see you up there. Drink. You're
We
dead.
got your number.
I was like, that's not cool.
I was a commander for a hot second.
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either because once we got into the throne, once we were trying to infiltrate the throne room,
Yeah, nah.
and every doorway was just death,
Yep.
just pure death.
There's
Yeah.
I
always
was like,
somebody
oh, I
waiting.
couldn't put down a turret bit, and just knocked out.
Yep. Fantastic.
yeah, it was. But then I noticed the doorways, and this is like in a lot of games, ends up you get a lot of friendly fire because everybody's trying to like stack and people, and you can't really talk to everybody. It's like, hey man, you
You're in my way.
kneel because you're in front, so kneel down, and then I'm gonna get on these steps. I'll be higher than you, and then you know, and then we get the door.
I feel like
And
it'll
like,
be much better when we all have microphones and we can talk
Yeah.
to each other. Because it was really rough. Because at one point, I think we were all in one doorway, and I was like, "What's happening? Move!"
No, that's what mowed me down. Is
that what it
I
was?
just looked across and went, those are all dead. I died several times. But a couple folks in chat are asking if there are any droidicas. At this point, there are not any droidicas.
Yeah.
But that would be.
I really hope there are, even though I'm a clone, but I still think they're cool. I've always loved the sound of the droidicas. Yeah. I've always loved that sound. Like Clone Wars, man, just the prequels have a lot of cool sounds. Like,
Yeah.
Prequels just have a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah,
I saw an interview with one of the developers, and they were asked about Gungans and Oto Gunga and seeing if that might have been a possibility. And like, we got a lot of stuff that we're still working on. It could be in the cards. Who knows? But speaking of those plans, let's talk a little bit about their post-launch plans. Thank you again, Monster, for not sponsoring the show. But so from EA specifically, or actually from John Boyega. God,
There you go.
I blanked out for a hot second.
I mean, we've been busy. We just got here.
We found out what the first pack of downloadable content is going to be. And it has been announced that all downloadable content is going to be free. That's weapons, that's vehicles, that's heroes, that's power cards, that's any update is going to be absolutely
thank you,
free.
Yes.
EA. Thank you.
EA's
thank
always
you.
been awesome
Thank
about
you.
that, though.
No, they haven't.
Oh, really?
No,
Not-
not at all.
Maybe
not-
just
not
maybe
at
just
all.
maybe just
Always.
in the Sims section.
Oh,
They've-
what are you talking? You have to pay for every single update
No,
on
there's
The
some
Sims.
stuff that they give you for
Some
DLC.
smaller ones?
Yeah.
Word? Oh, okay.
All right, but
You gotta hit up them
this is huge.
sales like I do.
This is huge, though. This is for a major.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
major,
for everything being
yeah.
free,
Yeah.
that's you're showing
just
some
very-
love to the players and the people that support your product. The people are the reason that this game is popular. It's even competitive and tournaments and stuff. That you're
they
giving
know.
back to those people,
They
and it's
know.
cool.
Well, there's
But-
also
Yeah.
there's always a major there's a major drop off once the DLC started coming out, and as it kept stacking, you could tell that they were scrambling because they offered free weekends of using these characters pretty frequently. And I never caught back on. You know, I always wanted to play with fans, but anytime there was an update, I couldn't afford it.
And when it comes
was
to
a
like
$60 pack
to
get everything,
and that's why I was like,
and it's like you know, I know making video games is not easy or cheap, but I still think there needs. I don't think the companies, and this isn't just EA. This is, you know, the across the board. I don't know if they found yet the sweet spot for content and money.
They have.
You know,
I would say Overwatch.
Okay.
Overwatch, and now Injustice, and now this. They did announce that there's going to be microtransactions, and it's not pay to win. But
hopefully,
it may be small stuff here and there that may help you like put the edge over. Because they did mention like, hey, if you don't play it for a little while, we got these things that are available. So maybe like maybe it's like XP boosts or something. So you can. They haven't detailed that yet. What they did detail was that our first two characters are going to be Captain Phasma and Finn from The Last Jedi. And we're also going to be getting the planet Crate, which was revealed in the Last Jedi teaser trailer. This is going to be coming in December. Now, speaking of The Last Jedi, there's an image floating around that adds a little bit of question. Now, this is where it might be going into spoiler territory. So check it out. Let's bring the picture up. So on the left, we have the standard Rey, which has the Anakin lightsaber. And on the right, we have the Last Jedi skin that has a different lightsaber. Now, going back and watching the dev video where they were showing all of the updates and everything, it may just be wishful thinking, but it looked like a green blade. Now, that could be Luke's lightsaber, which could mean that for whatever reason, here, there, wherever, that for some reason, Rey ends up with Luke's second lightsaber.
Question mark.
Maybe.
Very big question mark.
Giant, maybe.
Now, some of the defenses that have been coming out is that lightsaber is just used for testing all of the new characters.
Yeah.
Sure, fine, great, I can believe that. Pablo Hidalgo has been kind of like, hey, just wait until the game comes out.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Which means that people could be onto something.
We could be onto something, Michael. We could be onto something.
I want the truth.
I'm going to be that type of person and pretend like I didn't hear this information and wait till the game comes out.
Sure. Well, no, wait till the movie comes out.
Movie comes out, then
Because like this will probably launch week of or week before.
Sluice in the thing like, what the?
What the AF?
We're all confused.
But yeah, so if these implications lead to any sort of actual thing from The Last Jedi, I mean that's I'd be surprised if they let that slip. To be perfectly honest, if they just say just show a trailer and nobody will see that. Nobody will.
There's nobody that's going like frame by frame with this. You know, it's just Star Wars. Nobody
No, it
cares.
wasn't even frame by frame.
Oh really?
No, because there's a thing. Well, like that's a whole thing where you like select Rey and then she like flips her lightsaber and then people went, wait, was that green? That looked green to me.
Because like at first I was like, is it just my computer? Am I just seeing?
But what
things?
if it was purple though?
Don't even get me started.
No,
Don't even get me started because I want it. You know how much I want a purple lightsaber.
Not purple though.
It was not purple though. The Pheasant King is asking if Captain Rex is in the game. They have not announced any other prequel era heroes yet, but the fact that the voices of the droids and the clones are the Clone Wars voice actors.
Yeah, the real ones. Yeah.
Yes.
Like not the movies, but maybe the movies too. But at least it's the folks from the TV series.
The voices, the people you know.
Yeah, it's possible. One of the things that I wanted when they talked about the prequel era was Captain Rex being a hero character. The fact that they have so many different types of customizable and upgradable clones, maybe you can recreate Captain Rex. With that, but maybe. Don't know yet. Maybe not. But I think that also opens up the door to animated characters showing up, but there's still plenty of characters from on screen. We still don't have an Obi-Wan hero character.
True.
So I think that would be a good Phase 1 prequel character to introduce. But we're going to have multiple...
Sorry, Slim. 41 Third hurt my soul, where he's like, Rey kills Luke and takes the saber. I was like, no, I refuse. I refuse to have this happen.
Rey is
spoilers.
Unfortunately, she's forced to kill Luke, and then uses his. No, I'm just playing.
Why? Why are you doing this to me,
Hit us
Michael?
with that
I don't
Rey's
know, man.
thing.
I'm just throwing things at the wall. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it.
Go to that soundboard and hit that
I
Ray's
know, I
theme
don't
for a little
want
bit
it.
more of that sadness.
No,
just
I don't want
just a
it.
piece more.
No.
Beautiful.
Come on,
All right.
son.
All right.
So yeah, they're planning multiple seasons. If it's anything like the first Battlefront, then there's going to be at least 2 years before another major Battlefront update. I don't know what more they could do. Like I'd be totally fine if there was like a Han Solo update or a.
Oh, we didn't get to talk about that from the game. We saw Han Solo in the
Oh
game.
well,
Yeah, we
they,
did.
but it was original trilogy Han Solo.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So they changed him a little bit. They changed Boba Fett a little bit, but I wasn't alive enough to notice any real difference
I
with
know,
Boba Fett. But I think they got rid of the flamethrower and just had like a rocket spread.
Yes.
Sort of a thing.
Yeah.
But he's also got a sort of like an EMP where you can, if you throw it, you can mark enemies.
I also thought it was weird because the Han Solo, I died right next to Han Solo, and it looked like that he was giving up, or like if you kill him, he doesn't like die. He puts his hands up and then gets down on his knees, and I was like, that's weird.
Oh, no. You weren't able to kill the hero characters.
Oh,
They would
okay.
just like drop to, like Vader would like just drop to a knee. Or,
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
Like-
see
like
that.
Rey-
Yeah,
Where was
they just like disappear.
Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't see. That was the only hero character next to me, so I couldn't see any other hero character besides Maul. So
Being someone who killed Maul 3 times,
Very
or
familiar.
Boba Fett. Sorry.
I know how the hero characters die.
Yeah, I couldn't get to see it. So
After
I
I
was very
got crushed
confused.
as an assault, after I got
no.
crushed on assault like tons of times.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that. I just
that's
was
fine.
like, oh, Han Solo, yay.
There was actually a rumor about the Han Solo movie, but it is strictly a rumor, and if it is a spoiler, I don't want to talk about it. But I'll talk to you guys after the show.
Cool.
Maybe just in
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
So yeah, this was an alpha, and a lot of the stuff that they did show is not final. So that's another thing too. Is it may just be a placeholder graphic on Rey's lightsaber?
Yep.
Who knows? Whatever. We don't know. But for an alpha, this was pretty smooth.
That was awesome.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
There's going to be a beta closer to release, and if you pre-order the game, you get a little bit more time in the beta. And while some people may not be for pre-ordering, I like it because I don't have to pay for like a $100 bonus edition. I can just pay $10 every couple of weeks, and then hey, I get a game. But just out of this, Battlefront 2 is going to be everything that you wanted from Battlefront 1 and more.
Yeah, definitely.
Final thoughts on the game?
I want it so bad.
Fun. It's
What-
just a lot of fun.
Will this get you to buy a console, Michael?
Ooh, yeah, that was gonna be my question because I didn't ask you that.
I know because this
And
has
should we
been
warn your wife?
there's been a couple of people asking
I'll
me.
take her out. We'll go for shopping, for like a couple hours. You can play for a little bit, and I'll bring her back.
There's
It'll be
been a
fine.
couple of people like asking, like, "Hey, man, I know you played. Are you gonna get back?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't know. We'll see. If we do, it'll definitely be on the Xbox side because like the controller,
Because of the
the,
controller.
Yeah,
PS controller just is real small for me.
Cool, then we'll never play.
Ever
Cool,
again.
then
Well, actually,
we'll never ever play it again.
If you're still where you're at, maybe it might.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Okay. Anyway,
yeah.
whatever.
Well, I might be able to be swayed to the PS side.
Yeah.
I mean,
know,
I do want an Xbox. I'm just like, I don't have room for this.
Yeah.
My fiance
Yeah.
and I have 2 PS3s and 2 PS4s, and he wants
Wow.
a PS Pro.
See, that's a problem.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a
Like, I
problem.
can't. If I add any more, we have a Wii. Like, I can't.
Wow.
Can't let that we go.
It's just too much.
Never let we go.
Oh
All right.
my God.
But if you haven't watched any of the gameplay, they played it for like 20, 25 minutes on the EA Play. The rest of EA Play was a lot of fun, but we're not going
Yeah.
to talk about it here because it doesn't relate to Star Wars. It was sponsored by Monster. That's why I got all these monsters, because I stole them.
There was seriously so much Monster. I think we were.
I asked
away for
for.
free.
You acquired.
I acquired
Acquired.
6. Only drank 2 during the thing, and this is my collection that I'm going to be drinking over the
I'm
next
like
hour.
sad but also proud that I drank more Monster than you did, and I'm a tiny person.
No, yo, I'm smart like that.
Yeah, no.
I got especially this pipeline punch. This is the stuff right here.
I had
was
Yo,
three of
addicted to
those.
that juicy juice, that juicy juice,
Juicy juice.
because every time I went up there, I was like, "Can I get that juicy juice now?" And they knew exactly what I was talking about. They were, like at first, they'd be like,
That juicy juice. So yeah, but we also got to play like some new Titanfall 2 stuff, which was fun.
That was awesome. I died so
that
much.
Sims
So much.
4.
Guys,
and I got video.
guys.
I have video. I'm gonna put the video out tomorrow.
should.
I have the video of you creating your character. She's kind of fly. She's kind of fly.
fly
Kind of
characters.
fly.
So-
All right, she's really fly. She's
Thank
really
So
you.
for more on that, actually, I don't think we've announced this yet, but we're going to be having an E3 recap special this coming Wednesday on the Popcorn Talk Network. Where myself, Stacey Shuttleworth, and a couple of other folks, we're going to be talking about our first-hand experiences at the conference, at all the other places. I don't know why I'm so burpy after drinking tea. But make sure, tell your friends, because we're really trying to take a run at this straight-up video game thing. We would really appreciate it if you were there watching us live. So make sure it's Popcorn Talk Wednesday night, and you can follow us personally on Twitter for more updates on that. But until we meet again next week, where can the folks find you? What are you working on? And let's start with you, Alexa.
Oh, thank you. You guys can find me all over the interwebs at atorres890. That's ATORRES 890. I'm working on just after shows for right now. I have Sense 8 on Mondays with Attack on Titan. Tuesdays, Robots in Disguise. I believe that finale should be coming up pretty soon. Or maybe not, because I think there might be 20 episodes. We'll see. I'll let you know. Update you. And then I just started a new show on Sundays right before this show. It's called Winona Earp. If you love Supernatural and you love the ladies, it's literally Supernatural with ladies in it. You should watch it. It's fantastic. But yeah, check me out there, and I should be having some other stuff coming in. Also, for a lot of the Star Wars fans who've been watching the podcast, who've been helping me out with wedding ideas, you guys are awesome. So, yeah, it's been really nice. A little cute little community. I appreciate it.
How about you, Michael? What do you got coming up this week?
This week, I talked about the Black Panther, trailer and all
you
that
did.
on
Yeah,
Black
you did.
Hollywood
That's
Live.
sweet hotness.
I'm also going to continue talking about Black Panther. I'll be on that on Tuesday. Some Ghostbusters stuff, all of that. Black Hollywood Live. Just search Nerd Soul, NERDSOUL. Of course, I'll be here next week with you lovely Star Wars folks. And of course, we're going to be talking on that deep dive this week on my channel of, that's right, Snowfall. That's right. It's coming to FX. It's going to be the bomb. But besides that, man, ONEYOUNGST.
Hey!
And you can find me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica. So last week I talked about doing a show. Now that I know when it's going to be released, I can actually talk about it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was on, or I taped an episode of Millennial Hollywood at Screen Junkies with Jenny. I don't know, I won't say what we talked about, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of awkwardness.
Well, it was.
It was. No, yeah. So that friend of the show, former host Joseph Scrimshaw, did an episode last week. Emma Fife has also done an episode. My episode's going to be coming out this coming Saturday, so I'll be able to talk about it more on Monday. But make sure to head over to Screen Junkies, watch Joseph's episode, and then this Saturday you'll be able to watch mine. And then this Thursday I'm going in to record some more other podcastly Star Wars things with some other friends of the show, and that I'll probably be able to talk about more this next Sunday. But yeah, make sure to check out our E3 coverage, which is going to be this coming Wednesday, I believe at 8 p.m. Yes, at 8 p.m. We're going to talk about all of the demos, all of the conferences, all of the gameplay, and more. And then, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Again, Mark B. Donica, follow the network at The Popcorn Talk. Leave us a rating on iTunes. Leave us a rating down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Jedi Alliance. Thank you again to Monster. Thank you, because all of the...
Monster's the bomb.
Monster's the bomb. And we would love to have them as a sponsor. But thank you for joining us, because all of the battle droids from the Separatist army died, or were deactivated, to bring us this information.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.